Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome to the 12 Cities in Israel podcast. My name is Michael Sahno.
I'm Rachel Villegas.
And as I said, this is the 12 Cities in Israel podcast. Welcome. First off, like I've been doing, let me read a couple of messages from two of our sponsors. iConnect. Engagement with Israel that earns you rewards. Earn points and connect with Israel with articles, games, quizzes, polls, and more. So what exactly is iConnect? Well, iConnect is a social gaming platform where you can play, earn points, and receive cool prizes all for free. Their goal is to help you stay connected with Israel no matter where on the globe you are. Now, why should you play? Because iConnect introduces you to a unique way to acquaint yourself with all things Israel while working towards winning once in a lifetime experiences. So head on over to www.iconnect.co.il, www.iconnect.co.il, and start playing now. Our next wonderful sponsor is Israel Phones. Israel Phones is the leading provider of communication devices for people traveling to Israel. Israel Phones offers SIM cards, MiFi devices, which are mobile Wi-Fi hotspots, travel products, and serves the connectivity needs of tour groups, synagogues, schools, community missions, study programs, and individuals supplying international prepaid SIM cards, cell phones, and USB portable modem hotspot rentals. Israel Phones consistently provides dedicated support for your travel cell, cutting-edge technology, and has competitive prices. For more information on what Israel Phones can do for you on your next trip to Israel, visit www.israelphones.com. That is www.israelphones.com. Okay, welcome to the show. My headphones are very low. I'm going to raise up the volume on them. Hey, there we go. How are yours?
I'm good.
Okay, cool. So welcome to episode 4.
4.
Yay.
Arba.
All right. So unlike the prequel to Star Wars, episode 4 is going to be cool and good.
Wow.
That was harsh. Sorry, George. We love you though. Up front, we are going to talk about, and I swear, we're going to talk about what the subject of this episode is. So I'll state what the subject of this episode is in the beginning, which will
Hold them accountable.
Yes, absolutely. It will force me to stay on track. So the subject of this episode is
Gurion University in the city of Sheva.
Yes, we're going to talk about the overseas program. We're going to talk about our experiences with it. There's probably going to be about 37 different episodes on Ben Gurion because there is so much stuff for us to talk about from my two experiences at Ulpan, and we'll explain what Ulpan is, and from our experience together. First, though, I said that this podcast is about honesty. It's about learning. It's about being correct. It's about not politically correct, but being correct and accurate. We're PC is going to hopefully, we're going to try to be nice, but we're not going to talk about it. In the last episode, I gave a rundown on what brought the Ashkenazim. We were talking about diversity and what brought the Ashkenazim to what eventually became the state of Israel. And I had said the end of the Portuguese Inquisition was in the late 1800s, early 1900s. I thought like 1930s. I was way off. I'm sorry, Dr. Middleman. The actual date, and I wrote it in my notes, so very professional, was 18, are you ready?
54.
21.
Dang it.
So 200 years ago, technically it was still the Spanish Inquisition. It was just it was the Portuguese franchise, franchises for McDonald's and stuff like that. It ended in 1821. Okay. It was still going on. I mean, they didn't shake off their anti-Semitism.
Mm-hmm. It didn't just like automatically end.
But as a governmental practice, it was abolished, ended. So sorry again, Dr. Middleman. I apologize, but be proud. I went on the record. Our next one is so totally embarrassing for me. So incredibly, incredibly embarrassing. And as soon as I said it, I remember on the episode when we were shooting it, as soon as I said it, I knew I was wrong. But and I think I said, if I'm wrong, whatever. Well, I was way wrong. Well, not way wrong. It was still Eastern Europe. I said Theodor Herzl was born in Prague, in the Czech Republic. I was wrong. Do you know where he was born?
I didn't study for this test.
Well, no. Come on, guess. Give me a good college try.
This is Eastern Europe.
Yes.
Is it a Slavic country?
Well, yeah, it's Eastern Europe, bro.
I don't know.
All right. Do you give up?
Does it start with a U?
No. Which one is you?
I don't know.
I don't even think there is one.
Or I think it starts with a U, but I'm probably wrong.
All right. You are. You're way wrong.
Cool.
It's Budapest, Hungary.
In Hungary?
Yeah, he was a Hungarian Jew, and I knew that, and I got it way wrong. So the episode 3 went up, so I'm waiting for comments on you moron, blah 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 blah. But for all those who are going to leave nasty comments,
we apologize.
I apologize personally, and so he was not born in Budapest, though. This is the crazy part. He was born in Pest. Okay, so Budapest. He was born in 1860 on May 2nd. I wrote it down so I would get it exactly right. And he was born in the city of Pest. And Budapest in 1873 was 3 different cities that were united into one city. So it was the city of Pest, the city of Buda, and the city of Obuda. So
okay.
They became, all 3 of those united in 1873 to become Budapest. So that's fun fact. I love fun facts. I don't know if you watch my videos, our videos where I do the travel vlogs, helpful tips and stuff, but I always put quick facts in the bottom. The dehydration one has quick fact, you're going to die.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that. The last note, the last correction I have is Paul-Zion, which I had said that Ben Gurion, and this is a good segue for Ben Gurion University, Ben Gurion was a member in Poland, and it was a Marxist Zionist Jewish Workers Foundation in Poland and Eastern Europe and the Russian Empire, that split with another Marxist Jewish organization called the Bund, which didn't support Zionism. And we'll talk about Zionism. I'll teach you about Zionism. There's some really interesting stuff, a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misunderstandings about exactly what Zionism is. And Zionism's different things to different people. But to the members of Paul-Zion and Ben Gurion, it was establishing themselves in what would become the Holy Land, or what was the Holy Land and what would become the state, the Jewish state. And one of the, is it the biggest? I don't think it's the biggest. It might be the biggest. I know it was not the first, but Ben Gurion University is in Beersheba, southern Israel, gateway to the Negev. I came up with a different name for it, though.
What?
It's the jewel of the Negev.
That's pretty.
Yeah, right? That's pretty cool. Although a lot, which is right on the water. They could probably steal that, but I won't let them. I'll talk to the mayor.
Copyrighted.
I'm serious. Beersheba, if mayor of Beersheba, my friend Malka Reisner, who is the international, I think she's, what's her title? International liaison. I'm going to talk to her about that. The Jewel of the Negev. That's cool. So the Jewel of the Negev, Jewel Shimmer. Okay. I'm going somewhere with this.
Of course.
So Jewel Shimmer. And first thing in the morning, when we were at Ben Gurion University, my friend sitting across from the table would leave her dorm room to go where?
To the pool.
Which was shimmering. Tell them about the pool.
Okay. So it was like...
Wasn't it salt?
I don't remember.
Was it a saltwater pool?
One was a saltwater pool, but that was like the regular pool. I wasn't like the lap pool. So I didn't even get to get the tan I wanted, but that's...
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Because it was shaded. But your cat just scared the life out of me.
Yeah, we have so this studio is in my home, and Tabitha, by Ivrit, and I said her name and she came right over. She wanders around and we're terrified that she's going to knock over the lights or she's good though. She stays out. I mean, she's a cat.
Yeah.
Cats are cats.
She's good. But yeah, every morning, hopefully, ideally, I would go to the pool so
if
that
you
I
could wake
swim.
up.
Yeah, because I'd have to go before class, so I'd go at like 5 a.m. But you were up at like 5 a.m. also.
I know.
But that's your normal. That's not my normal. I'm not a morning person.
I am. I'm ridiculously a morning person. I enjoy the morning because I feel like I'm missing out. So it's funny. I was in the military for a number of years, and then and being in the military, I was in for like 10 years. And when you're forced to wake up, careful. I'm such a dad. Yeah. She's opening a bottle of water right above my laptop. So
I am not. It's on the table.
So your first inclination when you get out of the military is to sleep until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, noon. But I felt like I was missing out on a lot. So I get up early in the morning. Yeah.
I don't realize how much I miss. Like, if I had a choice and I have nothing to do, then I will gladly sleep until noon. But then I'm like, it's 2 o'clock and I've done nothing. But then if I wake up at 7 randomly and I'm like, there's so much time left in the day, it freaks me out.
Well, from the Dalit dorms, it wasn't just getting up early and going swimming. It was getting up early and literally walking
it was
to
a walk.
the other side of the campus because the pool is right next to the train station.
That's closer to the Gimel dorm.
Oh,
right?
it's across the street from the Gimel dorms.
Must have been nice.
It was. And I like the Gimel dorms. Nothing against the Dalit people who run it or
Dalit,
anything.
all day, every day. That's the only option I had.
No way, man. And so my friend Moti, I speak about my friend Moti all the time, and I'll tell you what Moti does. Moti works for Ben Gurion University, and he is the manager of the Gimel dorms. And he's amazing. He can do anything with his hands. He can build it. He's like MacGyver and the Army Corps of Engineers all rolled into one. He's amazing. And he's got he's actually got a really great diverse staff. It's funny because people make a lot of comments about the exclusionary nature of Israel, but the Dalit dorms have everyone. Gimel dorms. Gimel. He's got I don't know who works at the Dalit dorms because I didn't really spend much time interacting with those people, but I know for a fact that Moti's got people working under him who are Arab, who are Ethiopian Jews, who are Mizrahi, Sephardi Jews, who are Ashkenazi. You get some kids who do study, They work on campus so they can make, you know, and it's not like work study here. It's a full-time job. They have a full-time job working at the dorms and they go to school. So,
Wow.
but the hilarious side note to the whole thing with Moti is that his daughter is now going to Ben Gurion University.
No way.
And she lives at Dalit.
Hey.
She lives in the tall building at Dalit, which for her is probably good because he would be over all the time, and it would be like, oh my gosh, Dad,
Like she's still living at home.
away. Which for Moti would be great because him and Iris are sad that their babies are moving on.
Aw.
But we wound up at Ben Gurion University because of the City College of New York. We are both graduates. We're both graduates.
Woo!
From the City College
He
of New York.
graduated last week.
Yeah. Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Dr. Middleman is the director of that program. And he's awesome. He's a wonderful guy. If I say Dr. Middleman, that's who I'm talking about, the head of the Jewish Studies program at City College of New York. There are also a number of other people, Dr. Amy Kraka, Dr. Terry Wasserman,
MVPs.
who are just, I mean, it's funny because all of them became like family to me. They're my sisters. They're who I go to when I have problems, and I love them, and they're my family. And then we have Shani, who's our baby sister. Hey. No, I'm just kidding. She's awesome. It was my Hebrew teacher for 3 semesters, yours for 2.
Yeah.
Correct?
Because I couldn't do Hebrew 3 in my senior year. I was dying.
Oh, I'm sorry. But she was the one who got me to fall in love with Hebrew, modern Hebrew, Ivrit. And I wound up doing what's called, I wound up looking to enlarge my quiver of Hebrew vocab, understanding, all of it. And, you know, to take steps towards fluency. And the only way to do that was in Israel. So I started looking at study abroad programs, and all of the study abroad programs for Israel mentioned this one word, which was ulpan. And ulpan, I'm just going to give you a quick history. Ulpan is, so what happened was you had all these people from different parts of the country, different parts of Europe, and all over the world coming to Israel. And none of them spoke Hebrew. And even when the first street signs went up in Hebrew in 1948, they had no idea what they said. So some of them, you know, they could sound them out because they were religious Jews and they could read the Torah and stuff like that. But on the whole, they couldn't speak Hebrew. So they came up with a program called Ulpan. And Ulpan is an intense
boot camp.
Yeah, it's boot camp for Hebrew. And it's awesome. It's really great. And they offer it for New Olim, which are people who have made Aliyah, which is emigrated to Israel from other countries. And they also have it at every college, just about every college, Tel Aviv University, Hebrew University, Haifa University, Technion, University of Haifa, I think it is actually. And I have a itch in my nose, so that's why I keep making these weird faces. If you're watching the video version, which you should go on our YouTube channel and watch, you can watch all of our episodes. You can download them on Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, Intune, and somewhere else, Spotify.
All the plugs.
Yes, but you can also watch a video version of this podcast on our YouTube channel. So, So all of the universities have, the majority of the universities in Israel have an Ulpan program for students coming from abroad. Ben Gurion University has what I consider the best, but also the least expensive. Yay.
Yay. Saving money.
Yeah. So, and on top of that, the reason I say it's the best, it's not just the faculty at the overseas program, which is who runs the Ulpan program. It is also that 50% of the population in Beersheba does not speak
English.
at all.
I was about to say Hebrew. I'm like, no.
No, they don't. They don't speak Hebrew. No, they don't speak English. So that's
Hebrew or Arabic.
That's you gotta stop. You gotta let her go. I know you love her. She's petting my cat underneath the table. I need her to go into the other room. Go. Sorry, babe. So yes, it's a catastrophe. So yeah, I had to use that joke. Come on.
You are a dad.
So 50% of the population in Beersheba does not speak English at all. All right, did you experience that at all?
In what?
In Beersheba, not being able to speak to someone.
Yeah. No, the first time I heard English, it's like, I described it to my friend that I made over there, Kira, that it was like a cartoon that you have the two main characters that you always follow. And it's like they're talking in their own universe. And then all of a sudden you just like hear this other conversation that you can also magically understand. And it was like so weird. It was like, where were these English speaking people 2 weeks ago? This is like the middle of my third week. And now we find people that speak English in Beersheba.
Oh, but we went up to Tel Aviv and it was weird because you would hear these gaggles of girls going, "Oh my God, I was the other day and we were like doing this thing and where's the mall?" And we hadn't heard that in weeks. We hadn't heard anything like that in weeks.
No, you know what was funny? It was the girls that like the ones in the military. And they were walking past and all we hear is like with an Israeli accent, like, so cool. And I was like,
so cool.
That was funny.
Well, they do. They use a lot of English. They use a lot of English expressions.
Yeah.
So, but hold on. I'm looking at the clock. We have a couple minutes before we gotta give shout outs. But so I had decided the year before that because of my love of Hebrew, my love of modern Hebrew, it's a musical language. It's and it's just when you hear two people speaking Hebrew in a cafe, there's just a musical ring to it. It's really I'm sure there are other languages like that, but it just flows. The ots, the ims, the ahs, the es. It's a lot like I would imagine. It's probably no, I've heard it before. So it's a lot. You know how Italian is musical?
Yeah.
And how even when they're arguing, you're like, wow, I could listen to them do that for hours. It's the same. Like I heard Moti bitch someone out on the phone and like cursing, benzona, all these horrible things. But I could have listened to it for hours. I'm sorry, Moti.
So
I don't mean to put you in a salty perspective, but I'm complimenting you. You have, so yeah, so I fell in love with it and I started looking. I went down and talked to Nineveh Gomez.
Yes,
that's right.
yeah.
And she said to me, now this is an honest podcast, Nineveh, so I'm sorry. I love you. But she said, okay, call Ben Gurion University and look into it, and there you go. And I went, you guys don't do anything? No, it's you. All right, I'll call them. Thanks. And I left. And I went and I called. And who did I speak to? I talked to Jonathan Hakim.
Yeah.
And he set me up. He had me fill out all the paperwork. We were...
I was so terrible to him because I was so late with all my stuff.
Yes. I was late
but
too.
He was really helpful though. He was really nice.
He was awesome. He doesn't work there anymore. You know that?
Yeah.
He moved on, and God bless and good luck.
But he's alive.
Yes, he is. He's still alive. Don't worry, Jonathan. We're not condemning you to Sheol. You're fine.
He moved on.
He's cursed and wanders the earth. So he moved on, and there is, I think, a woman, and I haven't had the pleasure of meeting her, but I'm sure she's wonderful because it's Ben Gurion University, and everyone that I've met there. So I wound up going over and meeting a bunch of wonderful people that first time. And one of them has become a lifelong friend of mine, not just Moti Biton, who I met, and he's my brother. He's my heart. He's awesome. His family is my family. But I also met one of my favorite people on the planet, Neely Kane. And you've never met her. You will meet her. She is the bomb. She really is. She's the kind of person that if you went to her and you said, I need a building built and I need it done in a week, she would tell you why she couldn't do it and why I was wrong for even wanting to think I could do it. And then would say, hold on, let me see what I can do. And then you would come back, because realistically you can't do that. But she would come back in a week and say, okay, I built your building.
Wow.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's the most can-do person I've ever met in my life. And she was leaving. She was a student liaison. And she was leaving and training Yael.
Oh.
So I met Yael.
I know Yael.
Who was the student liaison after Neely. And Yael is wonderful, don't get me wrong, but I just, Neely Kane, you rock. So I wound up having a wonderful time. I'll tell you more stories about that. What I want to talk about right now is Bigash came with me. So I had been before, so I had experience. And we got on the plane. Her folks were at the airport. That terrified me. So much responsibility all of a sudden immediately. And then we got off the plane, and that was when you had Neviot for the first time, and
this
it
beauty
is
right
time to actually talk about Neviot. So, Neviot. Oh yeah, I have to. I would like to mention Neviot because they're one of our sponsors. So Neviot, at its best taste, Neviot delivers you with a true combination of health and pleasure. It's based on Neviot natural mineral water, one of its kind in Israel. It is enhanced with 5 B group vitamins. It's naturally sweetened, and it has it's low in calories. So it's only 35 to 40 calories per 8 fluid ounce. It has no preservatives, no color additives. It's available in delicious indulging flavors: apple, peach, and grape. If you're in Israel, you should be drinking Neviot. For more information, check out their website, www.neviotglobal.com/en/home, www.neviotglobal.com/en/home. If you would like to get this in the United States, the best place to get it is from our other sponsor, Makolet Online.
Yay.
Now, their main goal is to make Israeli groceries and Judaic products affordable and available to everyone in the USA and Canada. Their online store, which I use and used actually this morning. Carries items that are unavailable in most places in North America. Things like tahini, tahini, Israeli chocolates, frozen borekas, and the Neviot water that we are drinking here today. At Mekolet Online, you will find your favorite Israeli goods or simply enjoy brand new flavors. All of their products are kosher and most are manufactured in Israel. If you want the tastes of Israel delivered to your home, visit www.mekoletonline.com. That is www.mekoletonline.com and order today. Like I said, I just ordered a case 24 of Neviot in all three of the flavors in peach.
Woo!
So you're going to be drinking some apple.
Great. I had my friend try the apple Neviot. I brought it with me after last week.
Mm-hmm.
He said it tastes like Jolly Ranchers
It's
too.
awesome, right? Neviot. We like to drink Neviot. That should be the ad in
I'm
America.
about to say, I'm like, is that real?
No. So she gets to Ben Gurion University. Nice segue. And she gets to Ben Gurion University. We get to Ben Gurion Airport, and I get her Neviot Peach. And then we hop on the train. It's like 12 trains, a bus, 4 camels. No, we have to take the train
2 camels.
from Ben Gurion Airport to Hatakana.
Hatachana.
That's when you're on the train.
Yeah.
Hatakana, Merkaz, Haifa. Hatakana, Beersheva.
It was interesting hearing a male announcer, like the robot announcer. Usually it's a lady's voice.
Oh, yeah. But it's the most calming thing. I swear, if the Hatakana guy had something to say to me before I went to bed, I would sleep like a baby. Good night and welcome to your bed. So
It's very accurate.
no, it's awesome. And so we had to go from Ben Gurion Airport to Hagana, which is one of the main.
Haagen-Dazs? No.
Yeah, right.
Terrible. Sorry.
No, you're not terrible. That's a good joke. Come on, it's funny. It's comedy. It's one of the main train stations in Tel Aviv.
It was one of the longest train rides. I don't know. I think it's because we were tired, but like, I really knocked out.
There were no
on that
seats.
train.
That's why. Remember, there were
The short
no
one,
seats.
But then the second train we took, we sat down. But like getting the luggages on and off of the train, that was stressful.
It was stressful because each of us had we had 2 bags and 2 carry-ons. I had a backpack. I had my shoulder bag. I had
Your luggage.
2 pieces of luggage.
Yeah.
And so you take the train to Hagana, which is in Tel Aviv, and then you take it down to Beersheva north.
Because the next one's the military.
No, the
Base?
next one's Central. The Central train station.
That's the further
Beersheva
one.
Merkaz, which is Beersheva Center, which is right next to the bus station, which is the awesomest place in the world because the mall's right there.
Yeah.
And then the shuk is right there. There's okay. So she was saying, was it 1 episode or 2 episodes ago that she got lost?
Oh.
And I was a little dumbfounded by that, which is me being kind of a jerk. So
No, I'm directionally challenged.
it's okay. Don't worry. Because everything radiates out from the center,
Mm-hmm.
which is where the bus station, the train station, the mall, the court, everything. And City Hall is not even in the center of town. right? I don't think it is.
No, it's not.
It's a little north of the center of town. And so we get there, you get to University North, and then you take all your luggage off, and we get into did we walk or we got in a cab.
No, it was a cab, but then it was still a walk, like, to find the actual place on campus where we needed to be.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got off, and we went to Dalit dorms, and then the next day we went over to that Mexican place. Yep. I said it. We went to a Mexican place on campus at Ben Gurion University. They have a Mexican restaurant.
They really like Mexican food there.
They do, but it's kosher, so it's not meat. It's vegetables and cheese and sour cream.
And yumminess.
It's really good, man. It's really good. And if you're a vegetarian, which a couple of the people in the group were,
Israel's the country to be.
yeah, apparently it's a super duper vegan friendly, vegetarian friendly. Because there are some who there's a big movement for vegetarianism in Israel. But what's weird is you wind up being vegetarian inadvertently.
Yeah, it's true. It's not like they're forcing you. It's just like there's like so many good options.
So
that
hummus.
just don't have meat.
Yeah.
It just happen to don't have meat. It's not that they don't have it.
It's like hummus, what else? Sabik, which is eggplant. Falafel. And all this stuff is filling. All this stuff when you're done, you're like, oh geez, man.
No, it's the itis.
I gotta go home.
And then walking to your dorm is like a journey. You know what I had? I
What?
had sushi in Sheva.
Where? Because I know there were a couple of places, but where did you have it?
I don't know, but I went with Christian and we found a Japanese restaurant near campus. Yael told us that it was like, you know how she said there was like a line of like different restaurants like that, like they're kind of new and they just came up.
Okay.
There was like a Japanese restaurant. I think there was an Argentinian restaurant.
What? What's
Yeah.
an Argentinian restaurant? All the Argentinians watching this are going, what do you mean? What's
But it was, that just seems like I had sushi in Israel.
that is so awesome.
In the middle of the desert.
Now, do you remember, you know what else we had? And I swear, and I don't really get to eat this much, so it was super duper sinful and super duper awesome. But do you remember pastina?
Pastina. Is that the ice cream?
Nope. Think about what I just said. Pastina.
Wait, okay. No, that's the one we
Yes.
found. That was like before Shabbat?
That was after Shabbat. So every time, so this is my tradition when I go, when I had been going to Ben Gurion, and I do it when I'm in Israel. I think it's a great tradition. For those of you who have not watched the video, I wear a kippah. So what that means is that alerts others while using their Judar that I am a Jew. I am a fellow Jew. You can find me. No, I'm just kidding. Although it leads to a lot of people when I'm in New York City. You have no idea how many Orthodox women have come up to me and asked for directions because
But your kippahs are pretty. They're blue. And
Aw.
they're white. Like you have colorful ones.
Thank you. But what the kippah means is that I am observant. Some call it religious. But what it means is that I pray in the morning and I keep the commandments. Shabbat I keep as kosher as I can where I live. But since I'm observant, I observe Shabbat. So what I like to do when I'm in Israel is once Shabbat's over, we end it
Feast.
with a feast, but not one that we've made, one that we pay for, one that we go somewhere. And it's a really great way to go to a lot of brand new restaurants. We wound up going,
Yeah.
where did we go to? We went to Geppetto, Saba Geppetto, which is,
Those sandwiches. I had the duck one.
yes, the duck one was,
Oh my God.
it was so fatty. Oh, it was so amazing.
And then Agadir burger.
Yes, Agadir.
I will die by those burgers.
I went to Agadir.
I know.
Yes, I went to Agadir in Tel Aviv. All right, I'll go into that in a sec. Agadir in Tel Aviv, and I went to Agadir in, and I'm kicking myself for this. I went to Agadir in Jerusalem with Neely Kane and did not have a burger because I was not hungry. I had the chips, though. And Agadir chips. So, Agadir is the best, the absolute, and I'm going to get so much flack for this from other burger connoisseurs. It is the best burger in Israel. And they have the best French fries, the best cheeps in Israel. I live for Agadir. I could eat there every day. They have so much good food. For those of you who are concerned, Agadir in Jerusalem is kosher. I don't know if the one in Beersheba is kosher. I know the one in Tel Aviv is not.
I think the one in Beersheba is kosher.
It is, right?
Yeah,
there was a bunch
sign.
of stuff in Beersheba that was kosher. There's kosher McDonald's in Beersheba.
At the mall.
Yes, the one at the mall. The McDonald's at the, well, did you know there's a new one now?
They made another one?
So there's one at the mall in the bus station.
Yeah.
That's the one we ate at. There is now one at the mall across the street from the bus station. You know the big mall we went to?
Yeah.
Which is where I got your Hamsa necklace.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was gonna find. I was looking to go to Jerusalem or wherever and get you something, and I wound up at the mall, and there was a woman with a table, like the jewelry tables that even here they've got them, and she had this black stone Hamsa, and it was.
It's from Beersheba.
Yeah, so it's twice as.
That's even more special. Now.
And I did that on purpose. And so, what was I gonna say? I was
McDonald's kosher.
Yeah,
food.
McDonald's is kosher. Agadir, I think is kosher, and that's what we would do when we were.
When he was raging.
Yeah,
because he was starving.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Me being a heathen, I ate.
I was. Oh yeah, because I was fasting.
Yeah.
What was I doing? What was?
I don't recall, but you were fasting for like almost
24 hours.
all of the Shabbats, right?
No, I wasn't fasting for all the Shabbats. I was fasting for one of them. I was fasting for the holiday. And I can't remember what the holiday was. It's in August. Somebody's going to tell me. Bad Jew. Bad Jew. You bad Jew. So that's what I mean. You got to understand, I joke about this, but this is what I hear in my skull. Okay? So I feel, I'm digging in my ear. That's gross. So what, bottom line, what I'm getting at is that Ulpan, which was this intense Hebrew, but not so intense that it's not fun. You're not there if you don't have a vested interest in it or an interest at all. And you're up at 9 o'clock in the morning, or you're not up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Class at 9.
Begins at 9 in the morning. Sunday through Thursday.
That was different.
Yeah, right? Well, I work Sunday through Thursday because of this show.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I have to release things for Monday morning. So all of my work gets done on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Once Shabbat's over, I usually start working on this, finishing up the show and doing what I need to. But it was 9 in the morning until 12:30 in the afternoon.
It was 12:30? I thought it was 1.
No, it was 12:30.
Oh. And then we were out.
Yeah. So think about it.
Tuna sandwiches.
Oh my gosh. We'll talk about that in a sec. Remind me. So we would 9 o'clock till 12:30 in the afternoon, and you're free.
And freezing because of the AC in those rooms.
And you're but you're in a country where 12:30, if you grabbed all your stuff, and put it in a backpack before you left. You could hop on the train, which was where the classroom was a quick walk.
It was everything is walking distance in Sheva.
Yeah, that
It was great.
I love Beersheba. Was a quick walk to the train. You could be on a train by like 1:00, and you could be on the beach
In Tel Aviv in like an hour.
Yeah, literally, you could be on the beach by around 3:00.
Yeah.
Okay, and then goof off, and be back it ready for class the next day. We remember. Do you remember? Of course you remember. You were there, and I keep throwing pictures up of it all the time. So, we took the train. I said, "Okay, everyone, grab your stuff. Tomorrow, before class, make sure you have all your stuff in a bag and you're ready to go." Why? Well, we're going to Haifa. I want to go to Haifa. It wound up her and me just going, Bigash and me going, and then we wanted to know if Kira wanted to go, and then Christian wound up going.
Yeah.
And it was so easy to do that. And that's why the study abroad program in the summer at Ben Gurion University is so great. But not only are the individual things that we decided to do, there's also the trips that the OSP, the overseas program.
Oh my God, those are fun.
So I didn't go on the first one to
the Dead Sea.
Yeah. Was it the Dead Sea, or did you guys go to?
It was, it was the Dead Sea. Because
you went to the Dead Sea?
Yeah.
I thought you guys went to the big hole.
No. The one that we were hiking into the waterfall.
Yeah.
We did that too.
Oh, all right. So tell people quickly.
Drink water.
About that.
Suntan lotion and a hat. And don't die.
No. Tell them. So there was a trip. I said, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Because
it was.
I had people to see. I had things to do.
You had friends.
Far more.
I had no friends.
No, I'm just kidding. I did have things to do, but tell them about what you did. Tell them.
So they took us, I guess, up north, and they told us like beforehand, bring this amount of water. It's mandatory. If you do not have that in your bag, you are not allowed on the bus to go up. And it, like, you needed it because we hiked through not a canyon, but like that's the only way I can describe it. But like in the middle of the desert that you look out, there are waterfalls, like tall waterfalls, in the middle of these canyons, and you just like as you keep walking further up, you see like the river getting larger, and you just like hear the water like in the distance roaring, and it's like so cool because like you just turn and then this whole like cavern opens up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so cool though.
Now you guys were gone for a couple days though.
It was about 2 days, 1 night, because we stayed overnight at the military base, and then that morning or like the day of also, I think we also went to the Dead Sea. If you want to bathe in vegetable oil, that's the closest you can get to what it feels like to swim in the Dead Sea. You really can't think.
Did you guys go to Mitzvah Ramon?
Why does the name sound familiar?
Because that's where the big there's these big craters.
That's where we saw the meteor shower. We stayed in the desert overnight, like all of us. There was a group of us, of the other students, that we like took the last bus out, and then we all stayed in the middle of the desert in the middle of the night before class. We had class the next day too.
Holy cow.
We were dead. All of us were dead. I remember that.
So Mitzvah Ramon is this natural indentation. It's a natural crater that is enormous, and they're only in the Negev Desert and parts of the Sinai, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's the only place in the world where they exist. And she got to see them. I've never seen them. Never. I've seen movies where they're in them. One's Wedding Doll, which is a good movie. It's kind of sad, but it's good. So there are tons of trips. There's tons of things to do. That it's not just an overseas program trip to Ben Gurion University is not just about going and learning Hebrew. It's about experiencing Israel. Now,
you know what? I feel like because it's also in Beersheba, I feel like it's the easiest way to get to the rest of the country.
Yeah, it's funny because Beersheba, when you take the map, remember when we did the, all right, so this is one of the cool things about it, and this is my plug for Klalit right now. So all students are required to have state health insurance. So you get a Klalit plan, which is...
Got a little card with your name on it.
Card. And every time I go over, I go to I don't know. I can't remember the name. The insurance company that I use gives me Klalit, and like when I went over for 10 days, Yeradim, something. So we get insurance. And they give us this big presentation. They tell us where to go and to go to the clinics. You can even get dental. You can.
They tell us like the emergency clinics that are open and the ones that are open during Shabbat in case anything happens.
A doctor comes to your home. I'm not even kidding. You can request a nurse will come, but you can also request a doctor. And it's awesome. That's amazing. But while we're there, the whole reason that I'm bringing the story up is the guy took a map of Israel, pointed to Beersheba, folded the map in half, and Beersheba is literally halfway at the halfway point of the country. So you've got everything south down to a lot. It's not empty. People do live there, but it's wide open. That's where the Mona is, where the nuclear program, the nuclear reactor is. I know all these little fun facts. Fun fact. But north, everything's like, I think Haifa was a 2-hour trip.
But it was like a fast 2 hours. It wasn't dragging.
Yeah. And Akko is another half hour, 45 minutes, and the train goes up there. There is no train to Tiberias, which stinks, but that's all good.
I took a bus to Jerusalem. That was fun.
Yes.
When I stayed in Jerusalem overnight, that was fun.
Oh, you went?
Yeah, we stayed in a hostel. We got upgraded like randomly because it was 4 of us, and it was like the 3 girls and I forget his name.
Which one?
He was from Mexico, like in Denny. Mauricio, right?
I think.
Yeah. We were going to be the girls and then him by himself. But then they're like, oh, you have a room to yourselves now. And we're like, great. So like we all just stayed together and had like 2 bunk beds. That was the best. That's the experience that I will never tell my parents because if I told them I stayed in a hostel, they'd kill me.
No, go ahead. You just told them.
They're not going to see this episode.
Oh, all right. This one's going to be blocked.
This one doesn't exist to them.
No, not at all. So that's just one of the things that there are so many experiences, and you're going to hear about a lot of them over the next bunch of episodes. They'll be interjected here and there. Because there's just so many things that we did. We were there. So I didn't even explain this. The Ulpan is 30 days. It's 30 days. It's 4 weeks in Israel.
And you get to see a lot of cats.
You get to see a ton of cats. There are cats all over Israel.
They're like all over campus. It's great.
But there are no rats. Yay.
It's very,
rats
that's really great.
Disease. So, yeah, there's tons of cats all over. There's tons of cats at the dorms. There are more cats at Gimel, though, which they lay in the flower beds. Yeah, which is pretty awesome. And my favorite part, though, and this is so lame. was the cafeteria.
Yes.
The cafeteria was out of control. The food. All right. So I'm a freak for fish. I love fish. Dog. Ken. Dog. Dog is fish. And they would say, dog. Ken. Dog. And I would say, yes, fish, please. And so I had never had chickpeas with fish. So there are chickpeas in with the fish with this tomato sauce on rice.
Ooh.
And oil, and you'll lose your junk. It's awesome. I don't even know. It's amazing. So the food for me was the main reason.
I would fight him for the tuna sandwiches because by the time we got out of class, it was like, because they closed the kitchens earlier in the summer. Because like there's not, So like whatever was there. And it was like, that tuna sandwich is mine.
Well, yeah. So, and we're going to wind up on this. We're going to wind down on this note. So bag sandwiches. So that's a big thing in Israel. Sandwiches in bags. So you would go to the convenience store and you could get a little mini tuna sub, mini
like
cheese and vegetable sub. That was the thing. Nothing heavy.
Yeah.
And the tuna fish was with oil, not with mayonnaise.
Oh.
Which was...
That was the weird thing seeing it. I was like, it looks like fish, not white.
It was so good. It was out of control. The other thing is they have these, we call them bagels, but they're not bagels. They're Yemenite bread. And they're round and they're big. Did you ever have the melted cheese?
No.
And it's this big round. It looks like
My
a bagel.
Regrets 2 years later.
2 slices of Swiss cheese on it. Then it's got red pepper spread. Then it's got olives.
Oh, no, that's why I didn't have it.
But sometimes it has big cloves of garlic instead. And what they do is they take the sandwich and they put it on a panini thing and they press it. And it's out of control. And that is just at the coffee shops on campus at Ben Gurion University.
Hope you're hungry.
So, and the coffee shops are amazing. They were so good. And there's one like all there on at every building. They were all over the place. And then there's Lida Sheva, which is downstairs from the overseas program office, and they have pizza too. So, all right, I gotta wind it down. We're approaching an hour.
Ew.
And this went by pretty quickly, but it was fun because we got to talk about something that both of us love.
Food.
And I was back in Beersheba
Jealous.
in April, so we'll talk more about Beersheba. Don't worry, we'll talk more about other cities too because we've been to a bunch of different places. Right now, though, I need to talk to you about 2 organizations that are very important to me. One of them is Ale. Ale helps children with complex disabilities receive state-of-the-art medical, educational, and rehabilitative care in Ale's 4 facilities. In addition, Ale provides thousands of outpatient treatments annually. Without Ale, many of these children would be forced to spend their lives in hospitals with no opportunities for rehabilitation, education, and the love and warmth of a home. Please visit www.aleh.org. That's www.aleh.org and see if there is a way that you can help. The next one is Schneider Children's Medical Center of Israel. It is the only comprehensive tertiary care hospital of its kind in the country and in the Middle East, offering the full range of pediatric disciplines under one roof to all children from 0 to 18. Since its establishment in 1991, Schneider Children's has revolutionized the practice of pediatric medicine in the country and been recognized as one of the leading pediatric institutions in the world. To see what you can do for them, please visit www.schneider.org.il/ENG. That's www.schneider.org.il/ENG. Now, what's funny about this, and this is probably way too honest, so once a week I drink Guinness and just really I have about 6 of them. I just get a little loopy. I watch videos on YouTube, music, all kinds of stuff. Listen to iTunes, watch videos on iTunes. And I get to a point where I'm watching these Kululam videos, which are these sing-along videos that they do in Israel. And one of them is at Schneider Children's Hospital. And I just start bawling, and in a drunken stupor, pull out my credit card and start donating.
It's a party of one.
Yeah, it is. So I'll wait, and the next day I'll tell my wife, I gave X amount of money to Ale last night, and I gave the same amount to Schneider, so it will be coming out of the account. Okay. Hey, you gotta help. Whether you help sober or not is not the point. The point is you need to help. But I thought you guys would appreciate that level of honesty.
That's funny though.
All right, so moving on, we want to film 6 episodes of our full half-hour length 12 Cities in Israel travel show. To do this, we need to be in Israel to film. Through fundraising, we are trying to make our budget of $50,000. This will include airfare and lodging, equipment and transportation around Israel, and a host of other things that are required when on location with a crew of 4 people for 7 weeks in another country. By giving us just $2, you can bring us closer to the $50,000 that we need and enable us to bring the full 12 Cities in Israel web series to life. That's our full-length show. You can check out the pilot. Yeah, you guessed it, Sheva, the pilot on our YouTube channel. Please check it out. I go to a bunch of different restaurants, and my ideas and our ideas for what we want to do are just dynamic. We really want to do some fun stuff with drones overhead the city, get some really good panoramic shots. We want to we want to show you guys everything that we love about Israel. So if you could help us out, please go to PayPal, go to our website, hit the PayPal button, and give us $2. All right, thank you so much for joining us for the 12 Cities in Israel podcast. Do not forget to subscribe to our feed and become a part of the 12 Cities in Israel community. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Google Play Music. You can find us on Intune, Stitcher, and on Spotify. You can also check us out on our YouTube channel for a video version of this podcast. We'll be bringing you a brand new podcast every week. So keep your eyes out for that.
Yes. So yes, again, so we're visiting our YouTube channel, and you can see the video version of this podcast. And our full-length travel episode of the city of Sheva in southern Israel is there also. So share it and subscribe, please. And check out our main website at 12citiesinisrael.com and our Facebook page and our Instagram, where he posts brand new pictures of his travels in Israel every day. So, all right, that's it.
תודה רבה.
להתראות.
ויאללה ביי.
ביי.
טובים הם ויפים עם הפינג'אן והקפה הגחלים הלא חשוב היה הזמן עובר היה הזמן עובר תחשוב על החוב פן תפסיד הכל שיר את